Boy, another prince who wants me to help smuggle his fortune out of his country. What do these scammers take me for? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me again. But no, I am not getting fooled a third time. In today's digital world, it is more important than ever to be able to avoid scammers trying to steal your hard-earned money. In this video, we're going to go over just how disastrous fraud, scams, and identity theft can really be. And then I'll give you some helpful tips as to how to avoid them yourself. Let's get into it. Fraud, scams, and identity theft are all schemes in which someone gains a financial advantage by deceiving others.
Fraud is a wide range of criminal activities where a fraudster gains access to money that isn't theirs by deceiving individuals, institutions, or even entire financial systems. Common frauds include tax fraud, which is cheating on taxes, and insurance fraud, which is lying about what really happened in order to get a large insurance payment.
Scams are a specific kind of fraud that's focused on deceiving and stealing from individuals. As a matter of fact, if you've ever gotten like a weird text or phone call or email, that was probably an attempted scam targeting you.
Scammers pretend to be someone you'll trust in order to trick you into giving them money. Their hope is that if a sweet old granny asks you for money, your first instinct will be to help her without realizing that they're not a granny at all.
Money isn't the only thing that fraudsters and scammers can take, though. Identity theft is when your personal information gets stolen and used without your permission.
This can be as simple as somebody copying your credit card number and using it to buy themselves stuff using your line of credit that you have to pay back, or as complicated as stealing your social security number so they can get a fake ID with your name and commit crimes, so all the crimes they do will be put on your criminal record instead of theirs.
Thieves can do whatever they want with your identity, and you'll be left to deal with the consequences. Fraud, scams, and identity theft are no joke. If you fall victim to just one, it can be hard or even impossible to fix. You could always purchase identity theft insurance, which can swoop in and help in case something does happen, but that costs money. No, the best way to stop frauds, scams, and identity theft from destroying your bank account, your credit, and your good reputation is to just know how to avoid them in the first place. First, always double check exactly who is sending you any email, text, or message on social media.
For emails, don't believe the sender's name. People can change their names to whatever they want on the internet, but email addresses are much harder to copy or fake. If the sender is trying to scam you with a fake email account, their email probably won't look right. If you got an email from this sender, would you trust it? Make sure to look closely. Some scammers are smart, and they'll make an email address that looks almost correct. For texts or DMs claiming to be from someone you know, contact them by some other method and ask them if they sent it. Don't reply back to the sketchy message. If it's a scammer, of course they'll claim to be your friend. If your friend says that it wasn't them, block the person who sent the sketchy message so they can't contact you again.
No matter what, if you're unsure about a message, just don't respond to it. Not even a, "Hey scammer, get lost." No, that will just tell the scammer that they've actually reached a real person. Even if this scam didn't work, they will then keep trying to trick you with new scams. Our second tip, don't just click on links that somebody sends you, especially if you didn't ask them to.
One of the most common scams out there involves telling you that there's something wrong with one of your accounts and you have to click the link provided in order to fix it. But when you click that link, it will take you to a fake version of the website. And when you type in your username and password, you're not actually logging in, you're sending your login information to the scammer so they can log into your account. Then they'll steal all of your data, spread the scam to all of your friends and family, and they might even change your password so you can't get in and try to fix things.
This kind of scam is known as a phishing scam. No, that's a phishing with a PH. Some phishing scams will actually steal all the data from the device you're using the second you click that link. And then you get to go through and change every single password for every single website you've logged onto before the scammer gets to them. And in case you do think that the message is legit, still, don't click the link. Just open a new tab and just navigate to the website like you normally would. It's actually pretty easy to steal your identity from just a few key pieces of information. So the next tip, don't share your personal information. This includes things like social security numbers, passwords to any website, security questions, and the identification numbers to your credit cards, debit cards, and bank accounts. Of course, there will be times where you have to give this information though.
A doctor might need your social security number to pull up your medical records, or a pharmacy might use your date of birth as identification to pick up prescriptions. Or, hey, a new employer might ask you to provide your bank account number so they can, pay you. But still, be very careful to make sure that the person is who they say they are, and that they actually need that information before you go giving it away.
Our fourth tip can be a little hard to follow in the moment. Don't act too quickly. A key feature of any scam is a sense of urgency. They'll say, if you don't do this thing right now, something bad's gonna happen. They're trying to get you to panic and forget to actually think, hey, this whole situation seems kind of fishy, and just give them your money. Fortunately for us, urgency is also a huge red flag for any scam. Anyone who's legitimately trying to get you to make a decision about something serious will totally understand if you want to take some time and think it through. If you try to tell a scammer that you want to take some time and think it through, then they'll just say, no, you have to choose right now. And if you still refuse, then they'll probably back down because they know they're about to get caught. Finally, as much as I hate to say it, sometimes identity theft will just happen no matter what steps we take to try to avoid it. So our final tip is check for identity theft regularly. There are a few parts to this. First, stay aware of any news about companies that have recently been hacked and have had their data breached, since they're legally required to notify customers if that happens. Some companies will actually purchase identity theft insurance for you, and others will provide compensation if a data breach resulted in your identity being stolen. Also, be sure to check your credit report frequently. You can do this once a year for free from each of the 3 major credit bureaus. If you notice any unauthorized activity, notify the credit bureaus immediately. Same thing goes for your bank accounts. Check them often, and if you see anything fishy, tell your banks right away so they can freeze your account and keep the thief from doing any more damage. Following these tips takes practice, and unfortunately, some people get that practice the hard way. Hopefully you never have to deal with any of this, so I'm just going to give you this practice the easy way. At the end of your guided notes, you will see a scam awareness activity. This will teach you about some common types of scams, and then ask if you can tell the difference between a scam and a legitimate request for information. After that, the next lesson is the wrap-up, and with it, the final assessment for your financial risks and protections unit. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.